Okay, now welcome to step one. And in this video, we're going to be discussing the first step, which is selecting your niche and your subject. Now, the objective here is to pick a popular niche with lots of customers. Now, that might sound a little obvious to start with, but typically when you are looking for a niche, you typically in internet marketing, you are looking for one that has high search volume and yet low competition. That's not what we're looking for here. We're looking for a very popular subject. We're looking for something that when someone sees it, they're going to say, yes, that's me. I do have this issue. I'd like to participate, or I'd like to take a look to see what it is you have. Now, when you do this, you are going to pick a subject within that niche that has broad appeal. Right now, because most of what you're going to be doing in order to get people to this actual offer is you're going to be doing more than just SEO. As a matter of fact, you're probably not going to be doing much SEO at all unless you want to do video marketing or traditional traffic methods. You're going to be doing everything else. And so what you are going to be looking for is something that someone is going to see and think, this is something I really am interested in. Let's talk about this a little more and try to define this so that you understand what it means to look for a niche. Now, you should be looking to target newbies into whatever the niche is. Newbies, right? Because newbies have a thirst for information. Newbies will buy more than one product. They'll buy more than one book. They'll buy more than one guide. And it doesn't really matter if they have all the books in the world on a subject. There's always room for one more. And a lot of what you're going to be doing here is you're going to be providing them the opportunity to get great information at a very, very, very low price. And one of the things that we're going to be talking about throughout this presentation is that you want to be giving 10 times the value is the multiplier. Right? So if you are going to be asking for $6.97 or $5.97 or $4.97 or $6.97, you want to be giving 10 times that amount of value. Right, so they should be getting something that they would ordinarily pay $70 for if you're going to be asking for $6.97. Now, the traditional categories of relationships, health and beauty, making money online, or just making money, right? Any irrational passion, right, or high-priced hobby, those are going to be great things and great subjects for your very simple membership. Now, what you're going to be doing in order to find that, you're going to start by checking the magazine section of Amazon.com and TradePub.com. And then I've got two resources in the resource section of this course that I'm going to show you here at the end. Now, as you narrow down your niche, you want to try to pick something that will not eat up your money in advertising. So in other words, you don't want to pick something where it's going to be so crowded in advertising, you're going to have to pay so much money that you are not going to be able to get your offer seen. Now, to start with, you may not start with any advertising. You're gonna actually start getting subscribers without paying advertising. You're going to be looking on social media and other places. So even while you get your first few subscribers, you're going to be planning on doing some paid advertising. And when you start doing that advertising, of course, what you're going to be doing is you are going to be looking for low-cost advertising opportunities. So the traditional categories and the magazine section of Amazon.com and TradePub.com, let's take a look at all three. And I also want to show you a few of these resources that we have listed at the end of the course. Okay, you're looking at TradePub.com. And one of the reasons you're looking there is anything that people will read a professional journal in order to get better about. That is something that they will look for information in order to get better. They will look for information that will help them. The other thing that TradePub.com will show you is what some of the most recent innovations in a particular area are, and it will actually give you some ideas for content. So you will want to look at tradepub.com, and you will definitely want to make sure that you are searching for your subject, and you want to start with your niche in tradepub.com to start looking at narrowing it down. The other thing you want to look at here is amazon.com in the magazine section, and I'm going to just type in magazine. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring up this area. You're going to notice magazine subscriptions. And what you want to look for here is you want to look for magazines that have wide appeal, that are highly rated, and have subscribers. Because if they have subscribers and they're in your niche, that means that people are willing to pay for information. And people are willing to pay for information, and especially a moderate amount, particularly a Kindle amount, then this is going to be your ideal customer. So you want to be able to find out what are people looking at, what are people buying. And there are various interests when you start looking for magazine subscriptions. And if you just look over here, you can see the interest levels, and you can see all of the different subject matters where there are magazines. And any place where you can get a subscription from Amazon, well, that's going to be a good magazine to look at. So as you start thinking about your niche and which is going to be the best for you to get started, you want to take a look at amazon.com in the magazine section. Now, the other thing that you may or may not have access to, there is a post in the Warrior Forum, and I've listed 2 posts here within the War Room section. Okay, and you're going to be able to go and click them directly in order to find these particular posts. And you're not going to be able to access them if you don't have access to the War Room, unfortunately. But if you do, then you are going to be able to just click those links, access these posts, and what you're going to see are 2 or 3 resources that I'm going to say I'm 90% sure most of your competition, not only will they not have heard of, they're not going to be using. Right? So you are going to have a leg up if you take a look at these resources there at the end. And once again, it's not just hype. I'm not saying this to get you to buy anything. This is the truth. You're going to find 2 resources that more than likely your competition is not looking at. Now, you don't want to make a payment, or you don't want to buy a War Room subscription just for this resource. But if you are already a member of the Warrior Forum, you already have a War Room subscription, this is going to be a great thing for you to look at, and you want to take a look, click those 2 links in the resource area, and check out those resources, which will help you to target and narrow down your niche. There are actually 2 posts, but a ton of resources in these 2 posts. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video.